Hello, my name is Lau, also known as One Shrew, and I'm the project lead and lead UI artist for Project Life RPG. This gameplay showcase is a very early build, outlining the very foundation for a game of this type. Thereby we're also showing the very early mechanics. Transparency is key, which is why we're showing in development gameplay and not a flashy trailer outlining and showing things of a project which simply doesn't exist yet. So please make sure to not judge by the placeholder assets and the partially integrated UI. Alright, so now we have joined an official server, but this could also be a private server or, for example, a community server. And you're firstly greeted with filling out this form for your ID. And this is essential for the identification of your character in game so that you can ID yourself to the police, paramedics, for example, the fire department in case you need to, or you could also lose your ID, so it really is tied to a lot of things. In this case, the character is called John Matthews from, let's say, the United Kingdom, and born on 11th of November 1989 in London. So the gender, now you see it's male predefined. That's not random, it is predefined by the fact that in the main menu I have chosen to be a male. So if I go ahead and choose to be a female, it's automatically going to say female. You don't have to choose that. And so you go ahead and hit apply, and you're going to see the HUD in the bottom right. The HUD consists of the health, hydration, hunger, and stress. You can look at your own ID by pressing P, and go ahead and press P again to make sure that it's gone, and switch between first and third person by pressing V. These keys, by the way, that I'm mentioning, V or anything like that, is pretty irrelevant in this case because you can always select or change the keys in the settings. You can also hold, in this case, this could be any key. For me, it's V. To change the camera position. So this, I'm not sure for how many players this is going to be of relevance, but we thought it would be always very good to have everyone's preferences respected. So hold V again, and then, you get back to the original camera position. Now we're going to get to the inventory. So the inventory is, it has somewhat of opacity, which means it's somewhat see-through. You've got all the main tabs at the top, from inventory down to settings, 5 categories on the left, and your main inventory items in the middle. It says the amount of items and the weight towards it. So I could pick up some testing cubes. They are not categorized in this case because they are just simple props or simple cubes we put down. And in this case, I'm just showing you it with the demonstration of a test product, in this case literally called test, to make sure that you can see how you can stack up these items. If you right click on these badges, you're going to get item details. It's going to tell you the overall amount, their weight in kilograms, their volume, and you can extend for more information, drop the item, or simply cancel there. This white image is pretty much the product image that you'd have, and as you can see, it's 7 kilograms overall. Now, you can go ahead and pick up something else. In this case, this is some test food. And as you saw on the left, you have consumables. Now this, by chance, this product is a consumable, which means if you press there, you only have the consumable products categorized. In this case, also 1 kilogram as an example, and the amount and all details are there as well. This black box on the right side is gonna be very important because you can see the character facing towards you. So you can see your entire character, I guess. Everyone kind of knows how that looks. Now, something to show off, because I've seen someone ask that before. Now you can, move your mouse, but your character is not going to move around. And we're now going to get to the smartphone. So you can go ahead and search for any app. In this case, I'm going to search for a social network called Slap in the game. But I can go back and just press on Slap as well. Max 15 characters means, in this case, I want to choose a username. It's the first time I'm, joining Slap, a text chatting app in this case. And I'm going to go ahead and use @John or just John and join Slap. So this is kind of the global chat, which everyone knows. You can communicate with all players here. You can go into the DM tab and later on, or in the future, DM or private messaging with your friends, I guess, and group chats will be available as well. Now I'm going to say hi, and you're going to see that, or as we all see right now, @John is saying hi, which is just the person I selected, @John, and I just said hi, and I can go ahead and add another person. Now I'm the only player on the server in this case, so I can go ahead and add myself as well, so you can see the notification aspect of it. @John, I'm going to just say hi. So now you see the notification. John just added me and said hi. That's just me, right? And the color is signifying or signaling the fact that someone mentioned you, so you know what text to look for in case you want to scroll back. Now we're going back, and we're going to go to the contacts, so you can select a few numbers and then call it, but make sure it's a 7-digit number. All phone numbers are 7 digits. You've got the banking app, your wallet. We're going to get to that in a second. And you can customize your phone background, pretty much the wallpaper, just like in real life. So this allows, I guess, that realism aspect of it, that you can customize a lot of things just like in real life, and make sure you have a lot of options and preferences, which all get saved. So if you should disconnect and then reconnect to that server or any other server, is pretty much going to be saved. And in the future you have the web browser as well, an app store too. So the app store is not done yet. That's because we had to prioritize obviously the work we've been doing, which is why for a solid foundation we did not have the time to make 25 apps. So you can choose from 25 apps to install. But it would definitely be around an alpha or beta where you have app stores available. As you know, this project is of an enormous size in certain aspects, and we simply had to make sure we cover the essential aspects first, which is, I would say, pretty logical. Now we're going to get into the banking aspect of this game. So I'm just going to go back into my phone and choose the wallet app, press login. You don't have to remember your PIN code. Everyone starts off with a debit card. So this is pretty, I guess, straightforward information. Everyone starts with a debit card, but that's the thing. Everyone has a specific account number, because somehow you need to make sure that you can send someone money or someone sends money towards you. In this case, this bank account number, you don't see it that well because it's a bit smaller, but you see it as well. If you compare it, your account number is your ID number. Later on in the ATM, you'll see it as well. So you can see the balance between 3 types of cards available in this game, or in this at this stage at the moment. I only have a debit card, and I have, well, $0 on all types, or in this case, only on my debit card. It's, greeting with hi John, and I'm just going to quickly select another card, in this case a credit card, and I'm going to add it. So it says please relock the app. Simply log out and log back in, or go out, go back in. And now you can scroll between 2 cards you have available, also updated with your right appropriate unique account number. And that's what's very important. Every account number is unique. No one has the same account numbers. That's, I guess, pretty logical and self-explanatory why. Now, if I want to add a corporate credit card, the requirement is that I have to have a business. So that's why I can't select it and add it. It's because I don't own a business at the moment. And that's, obviously an in-game business. You can transfer money within your accounts. So as you can see, we have a debit card with $0 and a credit card with $0. Now, what if you wanted to transfer your $100 from your debit card to the credit card? You'd do that, by transferring between the accounts and then selecting, for example, the credit, and then choosing, let's say, $100. And if you had enough money, then it would have sent it. But now you don't have enough money. I don't. And that's the reason I can't send it between those 2 cards. I could also make a payment and select the card which you want to make a payment with. So I'm just going to stick to the debit. If I had enough money on the debit card, it would obviously work. And it would pretty much firstly give you a success message saying, hey, you sent that $100 to, let's say, John Atkins or anyone. So yeah, always remember this. Choose the amount, and even more importantly, the fraud notice. Every account number of any player is 7 digits always. So if the recipient gives you a number which is not 7 digits, maybe let's say 8 digits or 6 digits, which is easy to overlook, make sure you do not send the money in game because, fraud alert. Now we're going to go to the ATM, and you're going to pretty much, go to the ATM and make sure that you've got, you're pretty much going to access the bank account via an ATM. The first thing which I want to make sure you know is that every location of an ATM is location specific. So in this case, it says you're currently located at our ATM in beach. This could be a city, this could be a park or an actual beach. Go ahead and access the bank account. And as you can see, the bank account number now matches the ID number. So that's, I guess, your debit card, because on your ID, your debit card, your cards are tied to it. You can simply withdraw your money, deposit the money, or transfer. And in this case, always make sure you have the recipient's account number. Yeah, just making sure that we have everything covered here. So the overall development focus is the following: that we have worked on this for a long time, long term, and obviously a long time of a few months, 6 months in general, as far as the programming is concerned. So this is nothing like a quick to make showcase we tried to pull off to make a Kickstarter. This is something we've been working on for quite some time now. And bearing this in mind, I want you to know that when you go ahead and go to a general store, for example, or you go to a gun store, it could be really anything that later on for development and for other projects, I guess someone trying to run a community server or a normal private server, that you can customize these stores easily, and you can add more features if you have any in mind easily, and that you can expand on the features we have already provided easily. So we are very much focusing on the ease aspect of being able to customize and expand. Now, very simple. This is, by the way, the old UI. You'll see the new UI and the UI showcase. You've got the product name, the details of it, the price point, and you can select the quantity, not the quality. You've got the payment method as well. It would be between cash, but at this point I don't have any cash on me, so I can just choose between those two cards. I've got the debit card, and if I had enough money, it's gonna say, yeah, perfect, you purchased it, but as you know already, I don't have enough money on that debit card to be able to purchase 10 orange juices. So that's as far as the store is concerned. And now we're going to get to the firearm system. So before I get to it, we have no animations, or not the correct animations, which is why it would probably look a bit weird in a second. But we've found a way around it to make sure we can still do this demonstration. This demonstration is literally for the realistic flight path and everything we have integrated into this project, and not for the weapon quality, or I guess the weapon demonstration. These are all placeholder assets, and I'm pretty sure that everyone can realize that they're low poly, which means they're not high quality weapons, which is, I guess, the main reason they're also used for demonstration as well. So we're going to go ahead and use this rifle, pick it up, and as you can see, you know what I'm talking about. You have 3 types of modes. We all know, burst, full auto, and single shot. So you can, use the middle mouse click to go through bursts, full auto, and single shot at the top left. You can see how I'm switching there. So, this is single shot. You would see that, I'm shooting bullet by bullet, and the muzzle flash and everything that is, showed off from this weapon is temporary. Everything about this weapon is temporary, except the bullet flight path, the bullets themselves, and their impacts, for example. Burst, and you've got the full auto as well. So you see their bullet flight path and how it's flying. I mentioned the realistic flight path before. The flight path of these bullets, how they fly, how they impact, and everything else about them is very realistic, and it's pretty affected and dependent upon the air density, the bullet weight, bullet shape, etc. So this pretty much means that the environment you're playing in, this could be a forest or the normal city, the bullet weight, and that, from the type of weapon that you've selected, pretty much all plays a key role in how the bullets are going to fly, how they're going to hit the targets as well. So the focus on this firearm system is heavily set, in this case for this demonstration, for the way the bullets fly and everything else about them. Now, I'm going to quickly just select another weapon. So we've got the shotgun here. In this case, burst, full auto, single shot as an example, but this wouldn't be for all shotguns. Yeah, single shot. Actually, this wouldn't be for shotgun at all. That's why we're just going to show single shot at the moment. You see the bullet path, the flight path, and everything about it, and how it's going to be realistic from that point of view. Now, obviously, shotgun bullets wouldn't fly that far, but yeah, we haven't integrated the difference between rifles and shotguns at this point. Now, if you see and shoot from the side, obviously certain material doesn't let the bullets go through. That's because of the density of the material and everything connected to it. So some bullets can go through it. In this case, it's because of the space that we have set between these small boxes, or small, these certain objects. Yeah, certain bullets can, if they're, hit from the side and they can't enter this material, they would have to bounce off, which is pretty much the thing which they're doing in any direction based on how you've penetrated that certain object. Now, we have a bullet impact system. This means that, and let me quickly grab the weapon, or another pistol in this case, for a better demonstration. And as you see, it has more details. This is one of the pistols we're going to have in the alpha and beta as well. Keep in mind the muzzle flash is not finalized, so this is temporary. So by bullet impact system, what I mean is the fact that when you shoot someone in the arm, you have to be able to see that they're shot in the arm. So let's say you press later on in your inventory, you want to make sure that you can see your character's wounds. Where is he bleeding? Where is he not bleeding? So if you look at the top left, you see I'm going to shoot him in the right arm, and it's going to say upper arm right. And the head would be a headshot, hit accurate head. So it's pretty obvious, left calf, right calf. It's pretty obvious how this would work, and I'm pretty sure it's, easy to understand. Yeah, and as far as, the weapons and the material goes, material can define whether the bullet goes through it or not. So that means, a realistic bullet redirection is implemented, as well as the bullet penetration and everything about the bullets already. Yeah. So that's that really. You're going to see the UI and everything else in the other videos. Again, please only judge this weapons demonstration by the weapon flight path and everything we've shown, and in correlation to the bullets themselves, and not the models of these weapons. I appreciate and I'm looking forward to answering all of the questions in the Kickstarter comment section if you have any. And I'm looking even more forward towards finally ensuring that we all get this RP game that we all really want. So thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you support the project.